Clarissa. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. First and foremost, I have not posted for a week. I always tell you guys that I'm going to be posting more frequently, and I'm trying to get on a regular schedule, and I post every Tuesday and Friday. And last week I just had so much going on. I started my fall semester for my master's program, and it was one of my best friend's birthday, and I went to Dallas and we celebrated, and it was just a ton going on, so I didn't get a chance to film a video even though I had planned on it. So I didn't have any videos for last week. But this week I am back, and I will be putting out videos on Tuesday and on Friday. Today's look is this sort of glowy, bronzy, very effortless looking makeup. I've been having a lot of issues with my skin lately. It's been really dry and I've got a lot of acne, so I've been trying to stay away from those powder products that are going to sort of bring out that dryness in my skin. I've been working on using more liquid products. For this look, I actually used a liquid foundation as my contouring, and I still use powder products, but they're a lot less than I normally do. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep watching. I'm going to start things off the way I always do. I'm using my Fenty Beauty primer and just putting that all over my face for a nice base to start things off. Next, I'm going to be color correcting, so I'm going to use this pink to help with any dullness, and then I'm going to go ahead and use yellow for my dark circles and any blemishes or imperfections that I have in my skin tone. After I have all the color correcting done, I'm going to go ahead and blend that with my beauty blender, making sure that everything is nice and blended out and I don't have any areas that really stick out more with the color than others. After that is all blended, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fenty Beauty Pro Folt'r foundation, and I'm using a beauty blender to blend this out. I got my beauty blender wet before I used it, so it is damp. I'm just using that beauty blender to blend that foundation all over my face and make sure that everything is nice and seamlessly blended and I don't have any harsh lines or areas of my face that are splotchy or anything like that. I also want to make sure I get right around my hairline. Next, I'm going in with a LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm going in to do mostly on my eyes and then any dark circles, any blemishes that I have, and right underneath my eyebrows, just to give that a little bit lighter color. Then I'm going to blend that out, and the next step is where I change things up a little bit. I'm using a foundation that's obviously not my skin tone. I'm using that to contour. So I'm using a separate beauty blender from the one that I used earlier, a nice clean beauty blender, and I'm just putting a little bit of that foundation on my hand and then dipping my beauty blender in that and then putting that on my face and blending that out really well. When I do this part, because it is a liquid foundation, it blends pretty well, but I want to make sure that I'm only putting it on the section of my face that I'm actually doing the contouring in. I'm not going to do it like I did my Fenty Beauty foundation where I kind of put that all over my face and then go back and blend it in with a beauty blender. I want to make sure that I'm putting it on where I'm actually going to be actively blending it, because I don't want the product to stick too heavy and maybe dry up and then I get lines on my face that are quite obviously not the color of my face. But I really like the way this looks. I think it sort of helps the blend to look very effortless and like not be able to see any lines from the powder or anything like that. It definitely does take longer, but when you do your makeup this way, this is sort of the bulk of the time that you're going to be doing, is blending all this in. But it is a little bit of extra work versus just using a brush to really make sure that everything is nice and blended, because I don't want any parts of my face that are too splotchy. So after I do both sides, I'm going back and sort of going back over that contour right under my cheekbone and the sides of my face to really make sure that I don't have any weird areas. Then I'm going to go ahead and bronze just my nose and underneath my mouth as well as underneath my eyes just a little bit to make sure that all of my face sort of flows together and doesn't look too awkward. So I'm not going to be baking, but I'm just going to be using my setting powder to sort of set my face just underneath my eyes, around my mouth, and right underneath where I had done that contour on my cheeks. Because I want to make sure that I'm still not getting any creasing. I don't want to have a very powder heavy look for this, since I'm trying to do mostly liquids for a much lighter and smoother look. So now I'm using my L'Oreal Lumi primer and highlight. So I'm using that as a highlight here. It has a sort of pinkish tone, so it makes it look more natural. And I'm just applying that with my fingers where I would normally put my highlight If you wanted to do a highlight, you could also do a highlight here, but I really just wanted to do a more natural looking dewy look. I didn't really want a blinding highlight, which is really different for me, you know, switching things up. But if you wanted to do a highlight on top of this, you definitely could. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows and curl my lashes as well as do my mascara. Also not gonna be wearing any lashes for this look because I wanted a more natural look and didn't really want to put fake lashes on. So now is the other part of the powder that I'm going to do. I'm just going to go back over. I'm just using my Too Faced bronzer and I'm going back over that contour that I did just to sort of darken it just a little bit and also to kind of work to set that bronzer because I didn't set my face with a powder like I normally do. So putting on this bronzer on top of it kind of helps to set it. Then I'm going to go back with that Lumi highlight and just put a little bit more on to really bring out a nice dewy look on the top of my cheekbones and on the middle of my eyes. And then I'm just going to be using a nude NYX liner and lining my lips and then just blending that out with my finger just to line my lips a little bit and give them a little bit of color but nothing too extreme. And that was it. We're all done.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Make sure you guys let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and check back for new videos every Tuesday and Friday.